this is where I like the car, is through corners like this, because you've got to sort of quite attack it, but in a reasonably controlled manner. If you go in too hot as well, you can sort of turn it a little bit early, and it you know, gives you just that little bit of extra comfort. Considering we're coming through there at 100 miles an hour.
So, do you prefer the R-tronic transmission?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always drive an R-tronic if I can. Because basically, right, I want to change up. I'll go down to second here. Right, now I've got to change it. Oh, I've got one hand off the wheel.
Yeah.
But I've got both hands on the wheel. I've got total control, because they don't shift up nowadays when you don't want it.
Yeah.
And you've got just that extra little bit of, for me, well, put it like this, I think you've got a better balance on the steering wheel than you have when you're trying to take one hand off. When your whole muscle balance is changing. And then the second thing is, if you decide you don't want to go, you just, you know, you stick it into there and you're toodling along and you don't have to dip the clutch and all this sort of thing. And then suddenly you decide you do. Oops. Sorry. Yeah. That was my fault. If you decide you really do want to go, then you just kick it back into gear and off you go.
Yeah. It's much more convenient.
Yeah. I just think it's a better way to do it.
Yeah, it seems like you get faster lap times. Faster.
Oh no, definitely, no question. Because look at my downshifts here. One. There, the car's moving around. Look at all the movement in there. All the movement that the car is doing underneath me, and I'm doing it whilst I'm changing down. And I'm not controlling then also trying to, you know, heel and toe and the clutch and everything else, which then is the way the axles work. I'm letting it do it electronically, which means it's just much more consistent and better. So another thing, watch this. 95 miles per hour.
Wow.
Straight line. And that for me is the natural physics of the car. It's the weight distribution. It's the centre of gravity. You know, obviously with a V10 engine over a V8, then you can have a change in that because you've got more weight in there. And if its position is not correct, then if you're in a situation like that where you're braking heavily, then the rear of the car could wander around. But that's straight. It's doing everything in an absolute perfect manner. So if you relate that to the road, if you have to make a heavy braking on the highway, truck pulls out, whatever, you know that the car's stable. Also, if you then have to do it in the corner, you know that the rear wheels are following the front wheels, and you don't have suddenly something that is going to bite you. You can predict what is going to happen, and I think that's a really important part about it.
Perfect balance.
Yeah.